Sumerian king list, a fascinating artifact from the ancient world, captivates anyone intrigued by history and the mysteries that surround early civilizations. This ancient manuscript, penned in the Sumerian language, is not just a mere list of rulers and their reigns. It's a window into how the early Mesopotamians viewed their world, blending the lines between the realms of history and mythology. It meticulously details the reigns of the kings of Sumer, with some reigns astonishingly stretching into the thousands of years, suggesting a time when gods were believed to walk the earth. This document is not singular but exists in several versions, discovered across various Mesopotamian sites like Larsa, Nippur, and Ur. Despite the differences in detail and completeness, these versions share a unified structure, hinting at a common origin or tradition. The oldest among these dates back over 4,000 years to the early 2nd millennium BC. Its persistence and revisions through millennia underscore its significant role in Mesopotamian culture and history. The king list is intriguing not just for its content but for its structure, beginning with mythical antediluvian rulers whose reigns span tens of thousands of years. This segue into post-diluvian rulers, whose reigns are of more believable lengths, provides a unique look into Sumerian historiography. This blending of myth with historical record served to legitimize contemporary kings by tracing their lineage back to divine rulers, intertwining the concept of kingship with the divine. Among the many interesting facts about the king list, some versions reference a great flood, echoing the flood narratives of other ancient cultures, including the biblical story of Noah. This suggests a shared mythological tradition or perhaps a collective memory of a real catastrophic event. More than a historical record, the king list also served as a political tool, selectively including or excluding dynasties to legitimize current rulers by connecting them to a mythic past and divine order. An intriguing theory about the list suggests that the impossibly long reigns of the earliest kings might not literally refer to time, but could symbolize periods of dominance or prosperity of the cities they ruled, reflecting a different method of marking time, perhaps related to astronomical cycles or symbolic significance. When compared with the records of Egyptian pharaohs, the Sumerian king list presents a fascinating contrast. While Egyptian records, such as the Turin Royal Canon, focus on historical accuracy and monumental achievements, the Sumerian list merges mythology with history, indicating a different approach to understanding kingship and the divine. This difference highlights the distinct ways in which these ancient civilizations recorded and perceived their history and rulers. The Sumerian king list, with its mix of historical and mythological elements, offers deep insights into the worldview of one of the world's earliest civilizations. It reveals their beliefs in the divine nature of kingship, the cyclical nature of time, and the eternal struggle between order and chaos, themes that continue to resonate through human history. The Longyu Caves unearthing near Xian village in Zhejiang province back in 1992 presented a riddle that has since perplexed historians, archaeologists, and engineers. These extensive man-made grottos carved directly into solid rock stand as a testament to an ancient engineering marvel that's both fascinating and bewildering, especially considering they date back to around 200 BC. What's particularly puzzling is the sheer lack of historical records or mentions of these caves, despite the monumental effort required for their creation. Spanning over 30 meters in height, width, and depth, the Longyu Caves cover an area of more than 1,000 square meters each, with an estimated volume of nearly 1 million cubic meters of rock removed during their construction. This feat would have necessitated thousands of laborers toiling away for decades, if not centuries. The walls, ceilings, and pillars of these caves are adorned with intricately carved chisel marks, displaying a uniform pattern that underscores a high level of planning and skilled craftsmanship. Furthermore, the presence of sophisticated water management features within the caves, including carefully designed drainage channels, speaks to an advanced understanding of hydraulics, keeping the caves remarkably free from water damage over the millennia. The purpose behind the creation of the Longyu Caves has been the subject of various theories. One prevalent belief suggests they were intended for burial or ritual purposes, a common motive behind significant engineering projects in ancient China. Yet the complete absence of human remains, artifacts, or inscriptions leaves this theory shrouded in mystery. Another hypothesis posits that the caves might have served as a grand quarry, although the lack of corresponding construction projects requiring such a vast amount of stone during that period casts doubt on this idea. Alternatively, some speculate that these caves could have been used for storage or as a refuge against invaders or natural disasters, offering a controlled environment for preserving grain and other perishables. When compared to other ancient constructions, the Longyu Caves draw parallels with the underground cities of Cappadocia in Turkey. These subterranean complexes, carved out by early Christians as a sanctuary from persecution, showcase a similar mastery over rock-cut architecture and an intricate understanding of essential elements such as ventilation, water access, and community spaces. However, unlike the well-documented Cappadocian cities, the Longyu Caves are conspicuously absent from historical records, a curious omission given China's rich tradition of historical record-keeping, exemplified by works like The Records of the Grand Historian by Sima Qian. This absence of documentation leads to speculation that perhaps the caves were meant to be kept secret, or that historical records once detailing their purpose have been lost to time. The discovery of the Longyu Caves has significantly enriched our understanding of ancient Chinese engineering and construction capabilities, challenging our assumptions about the technological and organizational skills of the period. Despite advancements in archaeological methods and technology, the origins, purpose, and constructors of the Longyu Caves continue to be a profound mystery. The story of the Minoan civilization, flourishing from around 2700 to 1450 BC on the island of Crete and other Aegean locales, reads like a chapter from a fascinating historical novel. Renowned for their stunning palaces, advanced cities, vivid frescoes, and intricate social structure, the Minoans stand as one of the Bronze Age's cultural and technological zeniths. Yet, the sudden disappearance of this advanced civilization has puzzled historians and archaeologists for ages, revealing a society that, despite its advancements, was vulnerable to the forces of nature and human conflict. At the heart of Minoan culture was the majestic palace at Knossos, unearthed by Sir Arthur Evans in the early 20th century. Its complex architecture, with multi-story buildings, expansive storage rooms, and advanced sanitation systems painted a picture of a highly sophisticated society. The discovery of similar palatial structures in Phaistos and Malea suggested that the Minoan civilization was widespread across Crete, supported by a network of trade and political alliances. One of the most intriguing aspects of Minoan society was their development of Linear A, a script that, to this day, remains undeciphered. The sheer volume of inscriptions found on tablets, vessels, and throughout their palatial complexes speaks to a highly organized society, rich in complex economic and ritualistic practices. Yet without the key to understanding Linear A, much of their recorded history remains a mystery. The theory that has garnered much attention in explaining the decline of the Minoans centers on the catastrophic eruption of the Thera volcano around 1600 BC. This event, one of the largest volcanic eruptions in human history, is believed to have triggered significant climate disturbances, tsunamis, and ash fallout, which would have had a devastating impact on Minoan cities, agriculture, and their famed maritime activities. The evidence of ash layers in Crete and the damage to Minoan sites lends weight to this theory, though its exact impact on their decline is still a matter of debate. But it wasn't just volcanic eruptions that posed a threat to the Minoans. The region's susceptibility to earthquakes and climatic shifts, including prolonged droughts and changes in sea levels, could have compounded the challenges faced by this civilization, undermining the very foundations of their economy and power. Moreover, the emergence of the Mycenaean civilization on mainland Greece, with its adoption and adaptation of Minoan motifs and administrative practices, hints at a period of cultural assimilation and possibly military conquest, further contributing to the Minoans' decline. When we look at the disappearance of the Minoan civilization, it's hard not to draw parallels with the fate of the Indus Valley civilization, another advanced Bronze Age culture that mysteriously vanished. Both civilizations boasted remarkable achievements in urban planning, technology, and social organization, yet left behind scant evidence as to why they declined. Whether the result of natural disasters, climatic changes, or external invasions, the lack of definitive historical records for both civilizations leaves us with more questions than answers, continuing to fuel research and speculation. Through the lens of history, the story of the Minoans, like that of the Indus Valley, serves as a reminder of the impermanence of even the most advanced societies. It underscores the intricate relationship between human achievements and the environmental and geopolitical challenges they face, a narrative as relevant today as it was in the Bronze Age.